How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to make a video about what I feel is the best and easiest way to get started in Pokemon trading card game online. I wanted to go over, like the very first steps that you need to take, and then I want to talk about my favorite product that you can get the online code for that gets you well on your way to collecting pretty much almost all of the standard staple trainer cards. And what that product is. So anyway, first, obviously, you need to do the trainer challenge. As you can see here, I really have not done a lot of that. Basically, what I did is I just went until I had about 500 coins here, and then you can go into the shop, and for 500 coins you can buy a theme deck, and that's what I did. You can do that too. I found the trainer challenge quite boring. So basically, do it until you've got about 500 coins or so, and then you can come in and buy a theme deck. My personal favorites right now are the Roaring Heat one, the Gears of Fire one, and then, oh, here it is, the Wave Slasher theme deck one. This one has 2 Greninjas as well as a Fighting Fury belt. That's kind of cool. This one has the Volcanions that are used in the Steam Up deck right now. And probably my favorite deck right now, Roaring Heat. That one comes with 2 Passimians and an Oranguru and a couple of Nest Balls, which are all used in the super budget-friendly Passimian deck, which is actually doing quite well. So, I mean, if you could throw together 1,000 coins, you could be well on your way, if you get a pair of these decks, to building the Passimian Standard deck, which is a great first deck in Standard. Alright, so let's say you've got, your theme deck, you've played in the Versus Ladder, now in the Theme Deck League, you've maybe played in some tournaments, got some packs to trade and stuff, but you're looking at some of these, budget deck lists, and they still have a lot of the trainer cards that you don't have access to yet. Well, let me show you what to do. Alright, you're going to go to eBay, you are going to type in Keldeo versus Rayquaza code, and you're going to need about $8, because you're going to buy 2 of these codes. You can see the cheapest ones go for about $4 a piece, so $8 is going to get those for you. Now what these are is they're a pair of decks that are meant to be, played against each other, but they contain a ton of staples, and with 2 copies of each deck, you're going to get playsets of a ton of stuff. So starting off here, you'll get a playset of Rayquaza EX, which is, somewhat used in expanded format. Same thing with the Electric and the Dynamo. You're going to get a playset, though, of Circle Circuit Raichu, which is another great budget deck in Standard right now. You're going to get copies of all of these guys down here, which aren't really played that much in Standard, but are nice additions to have. You're going to get 2 copies of AZ, which is a very powerful card in Expanded, as well as a playset of Battle Compressor, which, again, is very powerful in Expanded. But down to the good stuff here, you're going to get a playset of Floatstone, playset of Karen, playset of Level Ball, playset of Lysander. Now keep in mind for this one here, there's one in each of these decks, and you're getting 2 copies of each deck, so you'll get 4. 4 copies of N. Let's see here. 4 copies of Professor Birch's Observations. You're going to get 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, 4 copies of Professor's Letter, 4 copies of Shauna, 4 copies of Sky Arrow Bridge, 4 copies of Skyla, 4 copies of Switch, 4 copies of Tierno, 4 copies of Ultra Ball. Actually, I think 8 copies of Ultra Ball. And here's the big one. You're going to get a full playset, 4 copies of Versus Seeker. Now, Versus Seeker individually, they go for, I believe, about 2 packs online right now. So getting 4 of those is really nice. Coming over here to the Keldeo deck, you're going to get 4 copies of Keldeo EX, which is actually played in one of my favorite expanded decks. In fact, in a couple days, I'm going to have a video coming out about how you can build a very, very powerful expanded deck with just, the cards that you'll already have from purchasing the arena decks here. 4 copies of Blastoise, and that's the one with Deluge as well, so that's super good. Wartortle, Squirtle, all that. Playset of Milotic, which is a great card. You're going to get 2 copies each of Remoraid and Octillery, which is, aside from Shaman, the best draw support in Standard right now. Octillery is very popular. It fits into a ton of decks, lets you draw up to 5 whenever you want, once a turn. It's a fantastic card. I love it. You're going to get 4 copies of the Lapras there, and that's I believe the ancient trait Articuno. You'll get 2 copies of that, 2 copies of Regice, which is pretty nice against a lot of EXs. Archie's Ace in the Hole is good and expanded. Here we go. 4 copies of Dive Ball. You're going to get 2 copies of Escape Rope, 2 copies of Fisherman, and then we went over most of the rest of this in the other deck. Here we go. 4 copies of Rare Candy and 4 copies of Rough Seas. Oh, as well as 4 copies of Super Energy Retrieval. So just with those 2 decks, or those 2 codes, you're going to be set when it comes to trainers. The only real staples you're going to be missing are Trainer's Mail, Bursting Balloon, and Fighting Fury Belt, and those can easily be obtained by heading into the store here. Roaring Skies has got your copies of Trainer's Mail, and then Breakpoint has copies of Bursting Balloon and Fighting Fury Belt. So those are, I mean, you can just open those, you can spend your trainer tokens on those and open those. And hope to get those cards. Another tip I have is to save your uncommon chests. So when you enter a tournament, usually a standard or a theme deck tournament, and if you lose in the first round, you get an uncommon chest. Don't open it. You can trade that away for... I actually just traded one for 2 copies of Bursting Balloon. And the chests usually have just nothing in them. So you can trade for those, 1, 2 of staples that you don't have. I also saw someone was trading 2 Puzzle of Time for 1, Fighting Fury Belt for 1. So yeah, hang on to the chests, especially just the cheap uncommon ones. If you lose in a tournament, you can trade those away. Alright, last but certainly not least, I recommend coming over here to Discount Pokemon Deck's YouTube channel. This guy does some amazing deck techs that are very powerful, and they are actually not too expensive. None of his decks run Shaman. The EXs they do run are usually very cheap, very easy to obtain. You can usually build any deck on this channel for under 10 packs, which with some playing in some tournaments is not that hard to come by. So yeah, I have made quite a few decks that this channel has cranked out, and they're excellent. They're a lot of fun to play with. I recommend all of his videos. A lot of times he does giveaways too. He's growing really fast. Just a few weeks ago he was like at 100-something subscribers, and now he's at 500-something. So yeah, I really recommend subscribing to him. His link will be in the description below. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this one. Let's pick a pack to open to end the video, shall we? How about Roaring Skies? Let's hit that Shaman. I hope you guys enjoyed all these tips and tricks. Like I said, everybody says to go through and finish the whole trainer challenge, but I don't think it's that important. I think the most important thing is that you get enough coins to get a theme deck so you can actually start playing in some versus matches. So, yep. Alright, here we go. Oh, dang, that green startled me for a second. I thought I got Baby Shaman. Oh well, still decent. I do not have this, I believe. Nope. Cool. Alright guys, well thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.